What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bass and Pottage. Now today, as you can see, I have a bottle here. This is just a soda bottle, and I have a utility knife here. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making a homemade fish trap. Now I can't go fishing today because I still am very congested, and I still have a lot of mucus in my nose and stuff like that. So I can't go fishing. But what I can do is make this fish trap, catch some small little fish in my creek that's behind my house, and show you guys how to catch a fish trap, because I want to try to do some live bait fishing in the next couple of days, because I've just been wanting to do it, and we need a fish trap, and I don't feel like going to buy one because they cost money. So we're gonna make one. So let's get, if you want to see that, let's get into that. Alright guys, so basically what you're gonna need is a knife, some zip ties. You don't need to use zip ties, but I just like using them. You could also use a stapler. But anyways, what you want to do is remove the label, because I'm not getting paid by Starry to do this. So remove the label, and also just removing the label makes the bottle be clear so you can see through it. And make sure you clean the bottle out. And I am filming this in my laundry room right now because of the lighting. Just try to rip all this stuff off, because this stuff will end up in the water if you don't take it off. And then once you got it relatively, like almost all of it peeled off, and ideally, I've had this bottle for like a couple months now. I've been saving it for this video. But anyways, what you want to do is you're gonna cut this is gonna be a perfect size bottle. I'm pretty sure this is a 2-liter bottle of Starry. You can use Coke bottles, whatever you have. And then we're just gonna get our utility knife, and make sure if your parents do not trust you with any type of sharp objects, make sure you have your parents do this, or make sure you have your parents with you to do this, because the last thing you want is to cut yourself. And these utility knives are very sharp, like very sharp. And all we want to do is, so this is going to be the entrance for our fish to get in. Now the minnows that I want to catch, well, I don't know what species they are, but they're like this big, and I think they're some type of chub or minnow, but they cannot fit through this. Only the really small ones can fit through this. So we want to, right about right here, we want to cut all the way around that to make a bigger opening. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Okay, then we have this, obviously, right? Now we want to just cut. We don't need this anymore. We could throw this out. Now we want to cut probably about right here, because then we're going to get this and reverse it. So we're just going to cut this out. And like I said, be careful with the knife, because it is very sharp. Okay, we actually still do need the knife, so I'm gonna set it over here. Now we have this. Now our minnows can enter through this hole right here, and now we're just gonna get this. It was like this, and now we're just gonna flip it around and put it just like this. Now you do not need any type of glue or zip ties, because when you put it in here, it kind of locks in there. But I like to zip tie it together just because I like to be extra secure. But it actually holds them pretty tight, so we're just gonna put that in there. We're gonna poke some holes in here and put some zip ties in there, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Alrighty guys, so I've put one zip tie here, one zip tie here, and all I did was poke a little hole through the bottle. I know it's hard to see because the bottle's clear, but just poke a hole through both the layers of the plastic, put the zip tie through it, and then we're just gonna cinch it down tight. Then this little tag end, I like to make it look pretty so that it doesn't like look bad. I just like to cut them off. It's not perfect, but this is basically what we have now. And the fish, what happens is that they swim through here, and then they can't find a way out. Now this is a pretty big opening. Now The only species that's in this creek behind my house, well, this part of the creek, is just these little minnows. So this hole might be a little bit too big, but the fish, they go in, and because it's like a funnel here, they don't find out a way to get out. So that's basically how this fish trap works. Then what we want to do is we want to carve a little holes in here, because if we don't, when we put this in the water, it's just gonna float on the top and it's gonna take a long time to sink. So we're just gonna poke some holes in here to kind of let the air bubbles escape so that it can sink faster. And they don't have to be perfect, just a bunch of holes just around all over the bottle would be good. Now what we have to do is we have to make a little door, because obviously this is why it's better not to zip tie it, because, well, if you're gonna leave this trap, like let's say at your local pond or river or whatever, and you're gonna leave it overnight there, this lid could come off. That's why I zip tie it. But now the problem is we can't take it off to take our fish out, and if we just dump it like this, they're gonna get caught on the funnel that's inside. So what I like to do is I like to carve a little door here, and the little door, we're gonna cinch it tight with a little piece of string. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So we're just gonna get a random place here, and it doesn't have to be big. Just cut just like this, and then we're gonna cut straight across it. And as you can see, now we have a door here, and you don't even need to close it really, because it holds itself shut. And so now when we catch our fish and we want to empty the trap, we just open this little door that I made, dump the fish out, and then this door springs back shut. So this is basically how to make a fish trap. I'm just gonna poke some more holes here and there for the air to leak out of it. And this is a very cheap fish trap to make. You could buy them, but they cost money, and why buy them when you could just make it yourself? You don't even need to buy a soda bottle. You can just go find one laying around in the woods or something and make it. And that's pretty much all you have to do to make this fish trap. So I'm gonna go to the creek now and get some fishing line and tie it up to a tree so that it doesn't float away, and I'll see you guys when I'm out there. Alrighty guys, so we're at the creek here. I did bring bread because you are gonna need bait for the trap. And the only thing that you're gonna need is either bread, dog food, old moldy bread, any type of, just something that the fish will eat, you know. And I'm gonna try not to get wet here. And as you guys can see, all these little creek chubs are already under here like crazy. I'm gonna get some underwater footage for you guys. Underwater footage, here we go. Let me try to get on top of here real quick. I hope that was good footage. There's a ton of minnows here. They're really big, and we're just gonna put the trap right under there, and we could also try to switch spots and go somewhere further up the creek. So let's get into that. Guys, I just found the honey hole for this trap. I don't know if you guys can't even see it, but right out there in this deep pool, I walked way further down the creek. There's just like 3-inch, 4-inch minnows right there. So I think that's gonna be the honey hole for this trap. I'm just gonna tie it up to this tree right here, throw it out in there. Those are some big minnows, and it appears to be not baby bass. There's a school of them. You guys can't even see them. All right, I'm gonna do that really quick. All right, so I have the bread here, and I have the trap, and I brought some fishing line. So this is the trap, fishing line. No, the only thing I didn't do is I didn't bring a knife, so I'm gonna have to cut it with my teeth. Luckily, this is only 14-pound fluorocarbon. I recommend like fluorocarbon or monofilament because it's clear, and especially here where these creeks, nobody fishes here. People just come on this trail to walk their dogs, so these fish are pretty skittish. So we're just gonna get a lot of line here, and we're just gonna tie the line to one of the zip ties here, and we're just gonna tie a little knot here. Then with the bread, we're just gonna rip up the bread we're gonna throw some out there as chum, just to start off. And then we're just gonna put the bread in here. And we're gonna get a ton of extra line out. Alrighty guys, so I put the fish trap out. It's right out there. So hopefully I'll check back with you guys in probably 30 minutes, and I'm gonna come back to check it. So I'll see you guys when there's hopefully a ton of fish in it. Alright guys, it's been 20-25 minutes, and I'm coming back out here. I'm walking. My house is literally up there, and yeah, we're just walking to the creek. As you can see, it's a very small creek. This creek has nothing but these little creek chubs and minnow things. But this creek actually leads in that, if you guys don't remember, I'm gonna put a picture of the thumbnail. That video where I was catching a ton of green sunfish, that's actually this creek. But this creek goes all the way through our neighborhood, across a main road, and then once you cross that main road, there's another trail that you can walk on, and then there's a path to get down to the big hole of water where I catch all my green sunfish. And that's basically where this creek leads. And that part of the creek actually has fish. This part only has these little small fish. And oh, I already see fish in it. Alrighty guys, this is actually super exciting. They're all in there. It's like a feeding frenzy right now. So I'm gonna fish it apart, and then I'm gonna pull it in. There you go guys, little minnows in there. I think I'm gonna have to put a little string on the door, because the door here, it opens whenever I start to pull the fish out, whenever I start to pull the trap out. But alrighty guys, look at this. These are perfect live bait for bass, for crappie. Look at that. And guys, I need an identification here. Anyone that knows about small fish like this, well, don't go anywhere, buddy, don't go anywhere. There was 50 fish in the trap, but whenever I pulled it in, this little door that I made opened up. So I might have to put some type of string on it to keep it from opening when I pull it in. But these little minnows, I don't know what they are, guys. But there was 3 in the trap. There was way more in there. But somebody please tell me, what fish is this? I'm gonna release some of them, but look at that. Somebody please tell me. Somebody's dog is going crazy. What fish is this? That's what its mouth looked like. Sorry for the person's dog that's just going crazy right now. But beautiful little creek chub minnow things. I don't know what they are. They have the mouth like a little sucker, but these would be perfect live bait. Look at that. And there it is, guys. Fish trap works. Probably should put some type of door mechanism, like the door mechanism that I put in it. I should probably put a string on it. But yeah guys, really cool fish trap. If you want to make it yourself, this is how to do it. It does catch fish, obviously, and I'm gonna bring it back to my house because I don't want to leave this overnight here. I don't want nobody to steal it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Bass and Party. Stick around to see more amazing videos from me. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, do all that, and as always, stay positive, stay happy, and go catch some more fish. Peace.